I've been away from the garden for over a week, and right when I came home, hurricane or tropical storm Helene happened. Now, this is my first real look at the garden, so I'm going to take you with me. What do we have? What do we have here? We have a serrano pepper plant that fell over. I'm going to have to harvest these and then like trellis that to make sure it stands upright. What else we have? Um, we have some bush beans and some pole beans that fell off their trellis because of the high winds, but fortunately, I do see some productivity here. I also see some damage. I'm not sure where that's from. It could be snails because I did have a snail issue that I addressed right before I left. This is some basil that I plan on removing because it's beginning to dry out and I'm going to harvest these seeds. I have some here that are already dried and ready to store. Speaking of dry herbs, rosemary is just a fixture of the garden that always looks great, but something's happened that I need to address. All right, moving on to the second bed. Y'all. There's something happening in this bed. I think it's the snails. Sorry for the wind. I think you can hear the wind, but I have my mic, so I'm doing my best. Yeah, snails have affected this marigold, in my opinion. That's pretty disappointing because I love having marigold in the garden. So that's one thing that's happening. Also, look at these. Something's been here. Something's been here eating. However, I wish that thing that was here eating would help themselves to this dollar weed buffet. Look at all these dollar weeds. I don't like, I'm just gonna have to come and revamp this whole bed because not only are the dollar weeds taking over, but there are just some things here that's growing and being unproductive, like this tomatillo plant. All right, this is the sweet potato bed. Sweet potatoes are always productive for me. Um, I did see snails in this bed before. However, I don't think snails go underground to eat the potatoes, do they? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Moving on, we've got damage to my cucumber plant. Look at it. It looks fried. I don't know if it's going to make it. Okay, moving on to the fourth bed, we've got some action on my squash plant. This was the only plant that survived, and it was having trouble with pollination because when you only have one of these squash plants, that could be difficult. It's great to have multiple. So, yeah, I'm surprised that it's producing fruit and also surprised that it endured some damage from pests. As you can see, those are some droppings, and the leaves look like they're dried and fried. So, I'm going to be pruning the leaves and making sure that these fruit are still able to produce. We've got a lot of mint in this bed. Oh, I forgot about my blueberry plant here. Yeah, I need to clear out some of the mint and some of the other berry plants that got started here so that my blueberry plant can thrive. I'm amazed by a couple things. First, this tomato plant that has clearly been suffering from two things. One, the storm, because it's kind of just fallen off its little pole here, but also suffering from hornworm damage. Because, yeah, look at these bare stems. That could only be one thing, the hornworm. So I'm going to take some of the suckers off of here and then replant them as new tomato plants. Lastly, take a look at this. Look at this damage, y'all. I had some items here that I wanted to dry out so I could put in my compost. But this sweet potato just won't quit. I thought it would dry out, but no, it's just still here. What else have we got? We have marigold here at the base of these pots. And this is a eugenia plant. This is also a eugenia plant. I don't know what's happened to the leaves. I left for my trip and I came back and there's nothing. So I need to address that. This basil here is pretty productive, which is great. I love basil. A bougainvillea plant here that has fallen because of the high winds, and my little rug here has kind of been flipped over. Ah, you can't scare me like that. Oh my God.
I was yelling at you like 4 or 5 times. You just kept ignoring me.
I didn't hear anything.
I work.
I'm gonna play this video back. If I don't hear you yelling, then I'm gonna accuse you of creeping. Love you. Have a good day. Did y'all hear him? Because I didn't hear a thing. All right. This whole area was all clean and pristine, and now it's just a mess. I'm gonna have to address that sometime soon. I am just overwhelmed right now with the storm damage back here, but also the insect damage and the just overall unproductivity of the garden right now. But that's my fault. I didn't plan. I did not plan for, this time of year. A lot of these plants were added earlier this summer, and because of the temperatures and everything, summer does what it does. It brings in pests, heat, a little bit of drought this summer, which is surprising for my area in Florida. But I'm dealing with it. I'm still hopeful. The fall garden is a time where we have fewer pests, lower temperatures, more productivity, and more options for things to grow. So I'm going to share that with you in my next video. All right. Thanks for watching with me. See you next time. Bye.